Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Reshmi Purmar. I am here to talk today about the heart center and unconditional love. If you're new to my YouTube channel or you haven't seen it, earlier this week I uploaded a meditation about the heart center, opening the heart center and allowing ourselves to fall into it. The heart center generates the most powerful energy that we could ever imagine to help us be aligned to our passions and our purpose. The heart center, which is part of our chakra system, part of our energetic body, allows us to forgive, to heal, to grow, to develop things unconditionally. One of the things that I've found is whenever we're feeling unsure, insecure, when we're in doubt or in fear, we tend to close the heart center down. We tend to shrink the energy, clench our bodies, tighten parts of our bodies so the energy doesn't flow. And what energy is flowing, it's like a trickle flowing through a hose pipe that we're holding on to really tight. So you can wish as much as you want in your mind about what I want. What you're doing is you're generating more of the doubt energy. You're generating more of the other chakra energies. But also those energies have to go through the clenching of the emotions, the fears, the doubts, the questions, the frustration, or any of the emotions that you might be holding on to related to what it is that you actually want to create and manifest and encounter in your life. The universe has given us a pretty simple system, and our mind loves to complicate it. So the simple system is, the more you relax into love, which is unconditional, which is not judgmental, true love allows you to be discerning. Discerning means that when you sit in with the love, when you allow the love, the strength of the love will actually mean that your energy field is radiating more love and allowing in pure love. It means that your defense system, your self-protection shield, becomes really strong. So when people meditate on the heart center by breathing in, like the meditation I posted earlier this week, it's here for you to find on YouTube on my channel. So go ahead and do that. Whenever people meditate and focus on the heart center, and we practice expressing more of the love and the heart energy that we have, the clearer our aura becomes, the clearer our mind becomes, and the clearer our manifestations become. You may have heard other spiritual teachers talk about the fact that what you focus on is what you create. If you're focusing on your doubts and your fears, you're going to create more of that. And what that's happening is actually the doubts and your fears are restricting your heart flow energy. And when your heart flow energy is restricted, it becomes from a full flow, an abundant flow, to a restricted trickle, depending on how strong your doubts, your fears, your concerns are. Most of our doubts and fears are based on experiences of ourselves or experiences of our parents or people around us who share the stories. Most of us love to share the stories through gossip, through conversation about what's hurting us and what's not good for us, what's not working. You know, we listen to things like the news and it's always about the fear of what the world is doing at the moment that is being projected out to us, and we absorb that consciously or unconsciously. We absorb that. And each time we want to make a decision, we'll be making a decision based on what fears do I have to take into account? What fearful factors do I have to take into account? And so each time we want to manifest a love or we want to manifest something special, we are recalling through the memory and the brain, the mind side of things, what things we need to be afraid of. So we're doing a checklist in the subconscious, and the checklist is, can I be relaxed? No, you can't. You got to be really mindful. You got to be really watchful. Make sure that you are watching out for any accidents. You're watching out for people you can't trust. You're watching out for perhaps overindulging in your food that you like. You're watching out for people at work that you can't trust. You're watching out for people that might take from you rather than give for you. Don't trust the government. Don't do this, do that, do that. Now, I'm not here to make a political statement, but I am here to help you understand that the more you make a checklist of what could go wrong, the more restricted your heartful energy is. Okay? Recently, scientists discovered that the heart has its own nervous system. And this nervous system acts like a brain, and it informs our other brain, our physical brain, our logical brain, what is possible, what isn't possible. It informs us how to trust and how to open up to new possibilities. But when we have been trained and we grow up, we develop through a system of fears, caution, logical and practical facts that are going to make it impossible for you to become a millionaire when you've been born in a poor family. It's impossible for you to be falling in love because, according to your past experiences, the people you fall in love with haven't been trustworthy. So your brain has a checklist of everything that isn't going to work for you. So when you start trying to be heartful, your brain is considering how to protect you, and it starts blocking your heart energy by saying, no, that's not possible. No, remember this went wrong. No, remember this happened to your neighbor. No, this happened to your sister. This could happen to you. We saw this on the news, that could happen to you. So it's all the fear-based ideas and thoughts that the mind is trying to remember on its little checklist. What we have to do is practice heartful presence, and practice it with just an abandon of being open to your heart. So let me give you a couple of examples. Recently, I have been practicing being open to my heart. 2022 and the 2 years before were really difficult for most of us, with COVID, with the restrictions, with being separated from people that we love, being separated from our normal lives. So we got into this trained way of not trusting our health safety. Is it safe to go to the supermarket? What is going to happen to me? So not trusting our health safety, we didn't love going out. We started closing down on the love and the feeling of love, freedom and abandon, of just going out willy-nilly and doing what we wanted to do, whether it's walking, whether it's meeting people for coffee, whether it's going shopping. All of that became a constricted feeling in our body. So what you will find, and most of us became quite unhealthy mentally and emotionally as a result of that, and this is why there's been a huge flux of big change around the world, which is amazing, because the change is an opportunity for us to take back what we need to take back to grow really strongly in our purpose, in our light and in our love. So to reclaim who you are, which is a powerful magnetic being, you need to learn to practice opening your heart unconditionally. And that means that you need to notice the signals in your body. You need to notice when your body starts becoming tight, clenched, when you feel resistance, when your jaw tightens, when you start getting a headache, when your eyes feel like they're shrinking or tightening, when your spine feels painful, your hips feel tight, your abdomen suddenly feels, your gut feels like it's revolting, it's turning over, it's being tumultuous. Something is shrinking your heart energy. And the something is most definitely a thought, a memory of an experience in the past, personal or otherwise. A lot of us keep a record of the experiences other people have had so that we can be cautious that we don't repeat the same patterns. So the mind, keeping this little checklist, will be ticking off: have you taken care of putting a coat on because it's cold outside? Have you taken care of avoiding the people that don't smile at you? Have you taken care to make sure you don't go to this place because you don't feel safe? And of course we do need protection. I'm not saying we don't, but the more heartful we are, the more stronger we are. Without any defensiveness, our aura itself grows into a strength and a protection, which actually guides us to be in a synchronistic pace, crossing paths with our true heartful destiny of what we're calling into our lives. I'm trying to make this video brief because I want to give you a couple of things to practice while I'm here. There will be more information coming and there will be deeper exercises to do. But I want to share an experience I had quite often with one of my sisters and my niece and nephews. we seem to have a similar frequency in terms of what we all enjoyed eating. And I used to be working in town in London, and I'd walk past a certain shop and they'd always have these amazing pastries. And for a moment, I would just stop at the window, admire the pastries, and feel and sense actually eating it, while I was pondering whether it was a good idea to go in and eat it, to purchase it to eat it. 9 times out of 10, I would talk myself out of it, but I would still be really delighted in the experience of, for instance, a fresh fruit tart with the beautiful, flaky, soft pastry, the buttery, rich custard in the middle, and the tasty, tangy fruits like the berries and the strawberries on top, and the jelly. And that indulgent feeling stayed with me. And then I'd forget about it. I'd go about my day, and I might remember it sometime during the afternoon, or maybe I'll pop into the bakeries later on and get that. But at some point, whether it was before I finished work or just after I finished work, I would get a message from my sister inviting me over for dinner. I would arrive there, and the very same tart or something very similar would be waiting for me to eat. And it didn't just happen with fruit tarts. It happened with movies. It happened with going out shopping. It happened with other types of food. And the difference from that to denying it to yourself, when I used to go into denial mode, I would go into restrictive mode. I would be like, no, if I have that and I'll indulge on it. My body was clenching at the very thought of letting myself enjoy it and indulge in it without any conditional thoughts. So when I thought I had that tart, I'm going to get fat, oh my God, I really shouldn't be doing this, and I'm only eating it and I must hide it because the guilt of eating it, because it's so rich and indulgent, would get the better of me, my body would clench. And inevitably, I started to notice that on the days that I had that resistance, that shutting down, that pulling in, the closing of my heart, I didn't get an invitation to dinner, let alone to go to the movies, to have a bucket of popcorn and share with people. The indulgent experience that I allowed myself to have, to feel and taste and sense the sensation, whatever it is that I wanted to experience, and I sat in whole heartfulness with it, the easier the experience came to me, and it would come to me. I would cross paths with it. On the other hand, if I got into that resistance mode, if I got into that critical mode about it, the experience might come to me, but there'd always be something that would go wrong around the experience. So doubts block our heart and our heartful energy, our unconditional love. Allowing ourselves to have that experience with unconditional love by opening our hearts and saying, I'm going to love this moment no matter what. Just going to love it, love the fact that the tarts are in the shop, not be frustrated about the fact that they're in the shop and I can't have them, but be grateful that I can at some point indulge in them, and just let your heart be open. Let your body be relaxed around it, and notice what comes to you. I want you to experiment with this. I want you to experiment with opening your heart. Try it with a sport that you want to have, sharing experience. Try it with a dress that you want to wear. Or buy, just feel the sensation of it. And it might be, your size might be out of stock, but the next time you go, inevitably, if you've let yourself indulge in it, I bet you will find the dress exactly where you wanted it. And it would be just in time for the date that you need to wear it for. But if you go through a channel of judging yourself about the finances, I'm not saying you should be free for all and you should waste your money, but I'm saying if you go through a cycle of checklist, this could go wrong, this is going to go wrong, this is wrong, this is bad, this is this is that, I'm afraid of that, then that checklist is going to make sure that when you do cross paths with that dress, you might not look so great when you try it on. It might not be the right size for you, it might just not flatter you, it might not be the right cut. So being heartful, being open and allowing your heart to flow and letting the experience come through to you without clenching your energy, you will find that you will experience that. You'll experience that with love. But over time, that experience without judgment will pass through you without leaving any lasting residual negativity. Whereas if you force, deny, are fearful of the experience, that experience will cross paths with you, but it won't be the best experience you've had. Excuse me a minute. So, being in our heartful energy, making sure that our body is giving us the right signals, recognizing that when we're tightening the body feels achy, painful, it's shutting down. We're shutting down our energy system to unconditional love. By relaxing, by breathing and opening up, by allowing it without judgment, without fear, without punishing ourselves, we allow the experience to be something that can be very wholesome. And it doesn't have to be a place that we get stuck with. It can be a place that's just on the pathway, on the journey to where we want to be. Like my beautiful fruit tarts. I didn't just have the fruit tart and that was the end of the story. I had the fruit tart and then started experimenting a bit more with other things. So I want you to relax your heart. I want you to relax and open and start giving yourself love. Each time you feel a clenching, ask yourself, what am I clenching against? What am I starting to protect myself against? And what if I didn't have to protect myself, but I could allow a bigger experience of love? What if I could breathe and allow my heart to open and just say, I'm going to love this moment here, right now. I'm going to love the sensation of the touch of that dress on my skin. I'm going to love the sensation of holding hands with my lover. That feels really safe. Can I love the sensation of doing a presentation at work that everybody loves and really indulging in it? So allow yourself to experience that. If you want to go deeper into the practice, early this week on my YouTube channel, I posted a heartful meditation, opening your heart meditation. Do check it out. I want you to practice the mindful exercise that I've asked you to do, indulge in allowing the loving sensation in your body. Esther Hicks and Abraham say, if you hold the sensation of what you desire for 17 seconds, it will manifest. I've at times found that when my heartful energy was flowing fully, it took less than 17 seconds to cross paths with the right thing at the right time, and the synchronicity was amazing. So holding that sensation of opening your heart, letting your fears not shut you down, to clench your body, shut down your jaw, shut down your throat chakra, shut down your creativity, take away your security by shutting down your base chakra. Breathe into your heart center and open it. Allow the love and repeat to yourself, I allow the love. And just relax. Try this out and do let me know how it works for you. I do hope that you have fun exploring it, and I'd love to explore more of these with you. If you have an experience and if you have any comments about this, I would love to hear you. Like my video, share it if you think it will help somebody else. I love doing these practices with other people and comparing notes and seeing what they managed to manifest, or where they got stuck, or where I got stuck. So, bring in friends, share it with them and see where you can explore this experience of opening your heart. And do check out that meditation. I think it will really, hand in hand with this practice, it will give you a lot more crossing paths with synchronicity. The passionate synchronicity of your destiny. I'm really grateful that you're here. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I look forward to sharing more with you in the coming weeks. Lots of love. Bye-bye.